Hi guys, Tom here from Nudist Gym, and welcome to phase 3 of the Lockdown Garage Gym workout series. So for this phase, we're going to be focusing a little bit more on maximal strength work, but then also looking at lots of speed work and explosive power work as well, okay? So in order to do that, we're going to break the weekly sessions down into two main components. So today's session is going to be a lower body focused, so it's going to be a squat and a deadlift. And then the next session is going to be an upper body session, overhead press and a bench press, okay? So for today's session we're doing front squats and speed deadlifts. We're going to start with an explosive movement, we're going to go into our squats, we're going to go into our deadlifts, we're going to do some single leg work, some core work, and then we're going to do a finisher for the quads as well. So we'll go through all those different components today. So for the warm-up, we're just going to have a little check-in with our bodies, a little bit of basic stretching, nothing too much. All you're going to need is a box, okay? So for the first stretch, we're going to stretch out our glutes. So we're going to put our leg across the box, like so. The right knee is then going to tuck in, so it's perpendicular to the floor, pointing straight down. You'll feel a stretch across the glute here. I want you to then bring your chest forward and over the top of the leg to deepen that stretch. So we're going to do something called PNF stretching on this. So we're going to activate the muscle, and then we're going to release further into the stretch. So we're going to take a big deep breath, and I'm going to try and push the box down with my leg, and then I'm going to exhale and deepen into the stretch. So it'll look something like this. I'm going to go for about 3 to 4 on each leg. So each time you should feel you can get an inch further into that stretch. It's also going to help to activate the muscle as well, okay? Next one for the ankles, we're going to use a little bit of weight and do our favourite foot on the box stretch. So foot goes on the box. Most important thing is the heel stays down and our knee tracks over the middle toe. So we push our knee forward over the middle toe to feel a stretch on the calf. If this is enough for you, then that's okay. If you want to progress it, you can load this up as much as you want. A kettlebell, a weight, whatever you've got. So you're just letting the weight settle your knee down, which is also pushing it forward, making sure that this heel here doesn't ever come up, okay? So to get a good front squat, we need those knees traveling forward. If you feel your heels ever coming up on a squat, 9 times out of 10 it's because your calves are a little bit tight, you've not got that range of motion in the ankle joint, okay? And then the third and final stretch is going to be for our shoulders, to get those elbows up in our front squat. So we're going to put our elbows on the box, hands together as if you're praying, knees underneath the hips at 90 degrees, and then you're going to push your head down the side of the box. PNF stretching again, so inhale, push, 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 push. Exhale, deepen into the stretch. So as I inhale, I'm trying to push the box down, push the box through the floor. Exhale and relax. Inhale, push the box down. Exhale and relax. So 3 to 5 of those. If you want to go for another round, then absolutely fine. If the body feels good, then we'll get straight into the first exercise, okay? So the first exercise for today's session is going to be an explosive movement to get the hips moving really fast, okay? So we're going to go nice and easy. We're going to do some box jumps, and we're going to do 4 sets of 3 repetitions. Nice and explosive, rest 20-30 seconds between sets, get those hips moving as fast as you can, okay? So we'll do a little bit of technique on the box jump. You want to come into your deadlift stance, so feet nice and close together, pointing forwards. Use your upper body to propel yourself onto the box. So start with your arms high, throw them down really fast as you sit the hips back into that power position, and then as you jump up with the legs, you'll throw the arms up as well. So the quicker you descend into the jump, the quicker you'll ascend into the jump, okay? So down fast, and you'll come up nice and quick. Step off, and you want to be landing on the box as softly as possible. No tight right to feet, no big contact, just nice and soft on there, okay? As soft as possible. So 3 repetitions, nice and fast. Go off whichever height you're comfortable with. If you need to start low and build it up, that's not a problem, okay? Okay everyone, so exercise 2 is going to be front squats, and today we're working up to a 6 rep max. So have a number in your mind. If you've gone to a 6 rep max before, then you should know what that is from your diaries. or you can try and beat that number. It's the first time we've been to some sort of max in a while, so be a little bit conservative about it and just build up in the reps slowly. So if you're a beginner doing this, what I'd recommend is doing 6 repetitions with every single weight. Keep going up until you can't do 6 repetitions. That way you'll find your 6 rep max. If you've got a rough idea in your mind of what it's going to be, you can be a bit more strategic about it. But always start off with an empty bar, no matter what weight you're building up to. 3 fingers on the bar, feet underneath, popping those elbows through, tuck your chin, elbows up, 1 step, 2 step, big deep breath, bum back, hips out, elbows up, all the way to the bottom here, feel out the position, and then just really slow and controlled on your warm-up reps. Just feeling that position out. Is there anywhere that's a bit tight that needs a bit more stretching? Or are we all good to go? So work up to a 6 rep max, and then we're going to do some drop down work after that, okay? So next up, we're going to do some drop down sets. So whatever you got up to on your 6 rep max, I want you to half it, so 50% on the bar, and then we're going to do 3 sets of 6 repetitions, and you're going to pause at the bottom for a second or 2. Just make sure you come to a stop, okay? So no bouncing into the hole and coming out of it now, okay? I've put bands on just so I've got the setup, but same difference, just a way of overloading the movement. 3 sets of 6 on this, okay? Hey everyone, so next up we're going to move on to some deadlifts, and we're doing speed work on the deadlifts today. So whatever your maximum deadlift is for one, or perceived maximum, I want you to do 50% of that today, and we're going to do 4 sets of 3 repetitions. Now with the rest periods, I want you to try and keep it to under 60 seconds. So for example, get a clock in front of you, you start your first set at the top of the minute, you do your 3 repetitions, takes you 10-15 seconds, and you've got the rest of the minute then to rest until it's back to the top of the clock and you're into set number 2, okay? So just 4 sets of those today, 50% weight, and focus on your technique being perfect today, okay? So this is perfect if you do any running, if you play any sport, or even if you train in a gym. Now specifically, if you've ever had any ankle issues, any knee pain or any hip pain, this is a single leg exercise that's going to help stabilize all that chain for you, okay? So we'll go through the basic progression for that, and I'll show you my favorite way of loading it up after. So we're going to do a Romanian deadlift, a single leg Romanian deadlift into a hip aeroplane complex, okay? So we're balancing on one foot. So we'll bounce on the left to start with, right knee coming up to 90 degrees, toes flexed. I'm going to push back with my right leg, hinging from the hips, keeping the back straight, holding on for balance until I get down to horizontal parallel to the floor, okay? So that's the single leg Romanian deadlift. Then we'll do the hip aeroplane. So we're going to open up our hips, to face one wall, and then we're going to close off our hips, keeping it horizontal to face the other wall. Back to the middle, let go, stand on up, okay? And then we're going to go back down into the next repetition. I personally like to do 5 reps on each leg, feels about right for me. And then about 3 sets. Do this as assistance work after your squats and your deadlifts, or before and after a run, or when you play your sport. So in terms of loading it up, you've got a few options. You could use a kettlebell, but personally for the hip aeroplanes, this landmine attachment will offer you a little bit more stability, which will mean you get a bit more range of motion in those hips, okay? So you don't want to load it up too much. Start with the empty bar. This is my 2nd set now. And then I'll try and put another 10 on, but nothing too crazy on that one. So just going to hold it like so. One leg up, big deep brace, control those lats, big stretch down, horizontal to the floor, open up, close off, back to middle, squeeze them glutes to come back through, okay? So give that a go, do it for 3 weeks, 2 to 3 times a week, and let me know if that's helped any of the hip issues you've been having. Okay team, next up we're moving on to do some core stability work, okay? So if you've got an ab wheel, that's what we're going to use. We're going to do some standing and some kneeling ab wheel. If you haven't, we're going to do a variation of ab walkouts, okay? So let's go through the ab walkouts first. So all I want you to do is hands, touch your toes, walk your hands out as far as you can, and then this time we're going to bring our feet towards our hands, okay? And then we're going to go again. And keep repeating. Now I want 3 sets of 5 repetitions on those, okay? And then starting from tomorrow, we're going to do a little bit of a challenge with that one. So more of that to come tomorrow, okay? And then with the standing ab wheel, if you don't feel confident doing this, start on the kneeling one, okay? So we want to focus on contracting our core, sucking the belly button up to the spine, bracing your abs as hard as you can, rolling out, controlling that position and then coming back in, okay? So go to where you're comfortable. If you can get your nose to the floor, a few things you can do. You can add in a little pause at the end, so just stay there for a second or 2, or you can come back a quarter of the way, go back out to full extension again, and then all the way back in, okay? So I'll show you a few of those variations. So, little pause so you can go. So this is like those 1.5 spots. You're overloading the hardest part of the exercise. And then if you want to do the standing ones, then just start nice and small with it. Get in your squat position, squat down a little bit, big deep brace, hold that position, go to where you're comfortable, and then come on back in, okay? And then the idea of these are, we're going to do these for 3 weeks in a row. So each week you want to be trying to progress it. If you really want, you can put a line on the floor where your feet are and a line of where you're going to. And then next week you can try and beat it by an inch or 2. It's a good way of monitoring your progress on that one. Okay everyone, last exercise of the day today, and it's going to be an all-out finisher to finish off the quads and leave nothing left whatsoever. So if you've watched the video before for the 30-day mindset challenge that we're going to be doing, this is the exercise for day 1, okay? So you're doing that challenge whilst doing this session, okay? So it's going to be a cyclist squat. So what you're going to need is something that's about 3 to 4 inches high. So it could be a wooden block, it could be a plate like this, it could be anything that you can raise your heels on, okay? I want feet nice and close together, so if I show you from the front, your feet are literally this close, okay? Heels elevated, weight is on the toes, and you're going to squat down in that position. Difference is, because our heels are so elevated, we're not going to pitch the hips back. So the torso is going to stay perfectly upright, knees are going forward, sit your bum down on your ankles so that your hamstrings hit your calves, and then come on back up, okay? So this is a cyclist squat. So if you want to go body weight or if you want to load it, I'll leave that up to you. What we're going to do is we're going to do 120 seconds of constant movement. So I don't want you stopping for rest at the top, okay? That's the mindset challenge for this exercise. So start really light with it, really conservative. So 2 minutes of just non-stop movement, okay? that's a wrap for today, team. Well done. Hope you enjoyed that challenge. Should feel like your legs want to cramp after about 60 seconds. And then it's what are you willing to give? What are you willing to sacrifice to go that extra 60 seconds, no matter what? Your knees are hurting, your calves are hurting, your quads are burning, you're struggling to stand upright, but it doesn't matter, you keep going, okay? So I hope you all enjoyed that session. Until next time, stay safe, stay inside, and stay strong. Well done, team.